All right, let's get into audience questions, and at least one of them is really funny this week. Hey, David, you famously held Tesla stock for a long time. Do you regret selling half of your Tesla stock since it just went crazy? Yeah, earlier this week, someone had told me that I think it was during the Iowa caucus live stream. That day, Tesla stock closed at 780. And as many of you know, I invested in Tesla when the shares were right around $200. And then I panic sold half of it when Joe Rogan had Elon Musk on, and Elon Musk smoked pot, which I don't care about personally, but the board went crazy and it looked like it was trouble for Tesla. I panic sold half of my stock. And I say before, I don't know what I'm doing with stocks. This is why I really don't invest in individual stocks. I only have, I think, six individual stocks, and otherwise, almost all my money is in mutual funds and bonds because I just don't know what I'm doing. I don't know. I do things like panic sell. So, do I regret that I sold half of the Tesla stock? And since then, it must have been at about 360 when I sold half of it, and now it got close to $800 per share during this week. Yeah, I mean, to some degree, I regret it, but at the same time, I know going in, individual stocks for me are like gambling in that I don't know when to buy, I don't know when to sell. I'm too busy with other things to really be picking stocks. So the amount of regret is relatively small. I didn't invest so much that if I had held all of it right now, my financial situation would be drastically different. And by the way, the things I took it out of when I sold that half, I put it into other stocks that have done not as well, but also well. So I don't live in the past to the extent that I can avoid it. I have mild regret, but I think the lesson here is whatever made me buy the Tesla stock to begin with years ago when it was at like 190 or 200 a share, that didn't fundamentally change when Elon Musk smoked pot with Joe Rogan, threatened to take the company private at 420 a share to Saudi buyers or something like that, even though that was a violation, I guess, of SEC law. But hey, I mean, listen, we're starting to get nitpicky or, whatever else. That didn't change the promise of the company. And now this is one of the most valuable car companies in history. And that's really what I should have focused on, in the same way that my mutual fund strategy is you just buy and hold, because I guess I believe in the future of the world economy when I diversify across, total international stock market index. I'm basically taking a bet on I believe in the future of the world economy. And if it goes away because the climate implodes and we have no more planet, I probably won't care that much about my mutual funds because we'll all be dead or whatever. In the same way, whatever made me think this is a good investment for the long term, it didn't have to do with whether or not Elon Musk was smoking pot with Joe Rogan. So in retrospect, I should have just gone with the initial reason I invested in Tesla, which I thought, I believed that it was a car company that would become a successful staple in electric cars. That has happened. I think 80 or 90% of electric cars on the road today in the US are Tesla. And I should not have panic sold. I regret it, but I'm not living with my regret, is the way I would answer the question.